Hello and welcome to Faces of Abortion. I'm Joyce Sunas, Director of Women's Outreach for Operation Outcry Silent No More. Faces of Abortion is a program dedicated to bringing you an important truth: abortion hurts women. Join us as we hear from women across the nation speak to this truth. In their own words, they will share personal insight as to the devastation abortion has caused them and their family. Faces of Abortion is also a place of hope and understanding for those suffering from abortion trauma. Are you hurting? Stay tuned and experience the hope and forgiveness I have come to know after multiple abortions. And finally, Faces of Abortion will provide you with practical ways in which you can help end abortion today. I promise you will be moved, informed, and educated in a powerful way on this week's edition of Faces of Abortion.
Welcome to Faces of Abortion. I'm your host, Molly White, and I'd like to introduce my co-hosts, Clayton Trotter, the General Counsel of the Justice Foundation, and Alan Parker, the President of the Justice Foundation, and our special studio guest, Ava.
Have you ever had an abortion? Do you know what it's like? Do you want to know the truth about abortion? You need to watch this week's episode because Ava and Julie are going to share with you some secret things that you've never heard from other women. They're going to tell you the truth about what their abortion experience was like, both the good and the bad. They're going to tell you their motivations and their thoughts and share the secret places of their heart with you. We hope that you'll enjoy this week's episode of Faces of Abortion.
Whisper, be silent no more.
Real-life stories from real-life women who have been hurt by abortion and are silent no more. In her own words, without interruptions or questions. It is emotional, powerful, truthful in a way that you have never seen, most likely have never heard, nor experienced.
On a rainy, windy day in March of 1978, I was lied to by an abortion clinic in Atlanta. Among the few things that I was told was that I was too far along in my pregnancy to have an easy abortion, and that I would have to be put into labor and deliver my dead infant. As I was leaving, having changed my mind about the abortion, I was told that they had made a mistake and that they could take care of my problem and I would be on my way very shortly. Believing them, I consented to the abortion. Several weeks later, when I contacted them to inform them that I was bleeding very heavily. I was also informed that this was normal. Then, after being rushed to the emergency room, undergoing more surgery, and receiving blood, I was told by my family doctor that I was very lucky to be alive. We consent to an abortion because we are deathly afraid. We lack information, concern, and wise counsel. We're afraid to tell our parents, husbands, afraid that we can't support the child, afraid our marriages would fail, afraid that our lives wouldn't continue just as we had planned. People in the abortion business want to sell us their product just like a pushy salesman. We believe because we are told that it is safe, quick, and will make our problems go away, that we have no other choice. Again, we believe lies. Abortion is the only solution, they will tell us. The terms used by the abortionist are very misleading. Words like pregnancy termination, menstrual extraction, products of conception, blobs of tissue, they only contribute to the confusion that women receive. Terms that dehumanize what is being destroyed, and they deceive us. Abortion hurts, deceives, and destroys. When we go to the dentist to have our wisdom teeth pulled, we're told of the complications that may occur. When women enter an abortion clinic, we're not told of the possible physical health risk, fear, anxiety, grief, guilt, remorse, or shame. We are not advised of how we can be affected mentally, physically, or spiritually. We're not told of the possible complications of not being able to have other children or to have breast cancer. I thought I was the only one in the whole world that needed that healing. I thought there was something wrong with me. I was abnormal because I had this guilt, remorse, and shame. After I was fortunate enough a year and a half ago to find a group of women who felt the same way I felt, I realized that there are millions of us in America alone that need this healing. The only way to receive healing is to be involved with a good Bible study, to learn that God has forgiven you, to learn how to forgive yourself, and to be able to make peace with your past and continue on in the future. One way that I've found to make peace with my past is in the help of other women. I experienced a tragedy through this abortion, and then 3.5 years after I had this abortion, I had gotten back and got engaged with the man who was the father of my baby. I truly loved very deeply, and he was tragically killed in an accident shortly after we became engaged again. We never had the time to really speak about it, as people are so afraid to bring that up because you store those awful tragedies in the back of your mind for your own self-protection. So I not only was faced with the fact that I had killed my baby, but that I may somehow be responsible for this man that I loved's death. It was a boating accident. I wasn't even there, but I felt that it was punishment, and from then on I felt I didn't deserve to be happy the rest of my life. I set out to be as miserable as I could be through abuse of alcohol, in and out of relationships. It just continued on a downward spiral. In the Bible study that I took in the fall of a year and a half ago, I was able to make peace with the man that I loved and still tell him how sorry I was. I finally got a peace about life and about death. I truly believe and I know that my baby is in heaven with God. But I would not have come to this peace had I not allowed God to let me see that. And I think that is the most important thing for women to begin to heal and for us to be able to speak out. Yes, I had an abortion. I had 2 abortions. Now help me. I need help. I need to be able to reconcile with God and myself and move on. I had never even told my parents. Very few people knew of my story. Very few people. A 2-year-old daughter and an 11-year-old son. Both of my parents, my aunts, my uncles, my brother, I had to sit them down after 23 years and tell them what I had done to their sibling and to their grandchild. The reason that I had the abortion in the first place was so I would never have to tell anybody. And then my heart just broke because I realized that I was having to tell them, and boy, I was having to tell them much worse news. Not only that I was pregnant, but that I had made the decision to be the judge and the jury and to allow the executioners to kill my baby. I could have stepped in and also become the governor and set that baby free. We're not told that there